staying in the West Coast, we now have the NFC West. And let's just jump right in with the Arizona Cardinals, who they're going to be better than they were last season just because Kyler Murray is going to be playing a full season and it's going to naturally make them more competitive because of his mobility. They add in Marvin Harrison Jr. to a receiver room that includes Greg Dortch and Zay Jones. It's a decent receiving core, but it's still going to need some help, and you can probably need some more quality in it. But Marvin Harrison Jr. going to get the majority of the targets, and with Kyler Murray's speed and his ability to make plays, that's kind of all you need for right now. They do have Trey McBride as the tight end one, and he's also going to help in the passing game. But the main thing with Arizona is running a lot more two-back sets because they got James Conner, they got Trey Benson, and they got Michael Carter. That's a decent to solid running back room. And you get a twin back set with Kyler Murray's speed and just do a shit ton of fakes and motions and stuff. You can confuse the defense. The key thing is you want to find the best ways to utilize Kyler Murray's speed and his arm strength, and I feel like two running back sets is going to be that way. The defense is underwhelming a bit. I mean, they have Zaven Collins, they have Buda Baker, they have Sean Murphy-Bunyan, and those are really the main pieces, but for the most part, they need some help on that side of the ball. And another thing, when it comes to at least training camp and preseason, I'm looking at, because I don't expect Kyler Murray to play in preseason, is that QB2 position battle. They have Clayton Tune, they have Desmond Ridder, and Kyler Murray has a little bit of an injury history to him. It's not massive, but it's there. So finding that QB2 could be important for Arizona because they might need to throw them out there for a game or two. So we'll see if it's Ridder. We'll see if it's Clayton Tune. I'm not sure who's the better of the two, but obviously the main thing for Arizona is they want Kyler Murray to play a full season, and they want him and Marvin Harrison Jr. to build a connection quick and early. That happens, they're going to be able to steal a few games from people, but I still don't expect them to be really competing for the division this year. They very easily could, just because of Murray's mobility and everything. But they're kind of in a weird retooling stage. Just like Seattle. We're going to jump over to Seattle because I feel like they either need to get into that retooling stage or they need to get into full rebuild stage soon. Because Geno Smith, yes, he's found a massive resurgence in Seattle, but I don't know how long that can last. Just because of the nature of these resurgences we've seen with guys like Geno Smith, where he's up there in age, and I'm just not fully sure how much longer he can play at a Pro Bowl level. But it does help massively that they have a great team around him. Like, it is an incredible offense around him. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Laviska Shenault, Jake Bobo, and D. Eskridge. That is a really good receiving room, because even some of the later guys I mentioned, if put him in, like for example, Laviska Shenault, put him in any other team, he could be a receiver too, for like a lower tier team. They got a really nice squad going there. They have Noah Fant for tight end, which is a really good tight end, and they have a really nice running back pairing with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Running 21 personnel is going to be massive for this team, and something that they did 1% of the time last year, which I get it. Sometimes it's easier to go 11 personnel and kind of spread the defense out, but you have, and also because you have so many receiving weapons, you want to make sure they're on the field. The running back room and the run game is going to be important for Seattle. That's been an identity for Seattle for a while, going back to Sean Alexander when he was there in the 2000s, Marshawn Lynch in the 2010s. Seattle is best when they're running the ball. So having Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet and getting them production and getting them the ball is going to be big. Because you can depend on your receivers to make plays when they need to. You need to get the groove going with the ground game. The defense takes some hits, with the departures of Jamal Adams, Quadre Diggs, Bobby Wagner, and Jordan Brooks. But they still have some really solid pieces. Devin Witherspoon's still there. Julian Love is still there. Kobe Bryant is still there. It's still a really, really nice receiving room, defensive room. They select Byron Murphy to shore up the defensive line, which is a really nice selection. And to shore up the linebacking room, they bring in Jerome Baker from Miami, who, coming from, like, again, as a Dolphins fan, Jerome Baker is a nice, solid middle linebacker. He's going to provide nice production to them. They're good fits for what Seattle likes to do on defense. Now, their new head coach, Mike McDonald, is going to be interesting to see how he pans out and how he calls a game. And it's kind of the case of a lot of these teams that have new first-time head coaches, kind of just like, how are they going to be, as that makes a massive, massive difference. But I do like where Seattle is at, and they were competitive last year, nearly getting a playoff spot. I could see them being right back in that playoff hunt with ease. But to the other NFC West team who did make the playoffs, the Los Angeles Rams, it's going to be a really tough year for them. Not because I think their team is bad, but because the defense lost a lot of production with the retirement of Aaron Donald. Finding his replacement is going to be an entire defensive job to make up for the production he provided. Because although there were some games where maybe his pressures weren't up there, his sack numbers weren't up there, he required the entirety of the offense and the offensive line to put as much attention to him as possible, even having some games where he was triple teamed, and that opens up the rest of the defense. Not having that there is going to make the defensive job a little bit tougher. They did use their first 2 picks to try to replace that production with Gerard Verse and Brandon Fix, and I like both of those guys. They're both going to come in and play well. But again, replacing a Hall of Fame talent like Aaron Donald is going to have to be a multi-man job. For the defense, they also added Tre'Davious White to the secondary. So it's kind of just a nice veteran piece to try to build off of the playoff appearance last year. The offense, for the most part, is relatively the same. They add in Blake Corum to pair with Kyron Williams, so the running back room adds another piece, which could be good. I mean, Cam Akers was kind of a disappointment last year, so they need to get someone in there who can be reliable and have good production. Main thing is for the receiver room is Puka Nacua, building off of his historic rookie season, alongside Cooper Kupp playing well. And also like Tutu Atwell, if he can improve and provide some solid production, it's a nice receiver 3 option to have. Sean McVay said one time that he's going to be coaching as long as he feels like he can put a competitive team out there. I think they'll still be competitive, but I don't know how much longer Sean McVay wants to be a coach. He is still young, but when every single offseason there is wrinkles and reports that he might be willing to hang it up, it is something to keep an eye on. The Rams need to maintain competitiveness. And as long as Matthew Stafford is there, as long as Sean McVay is there, they're going to be getting the most out of whatever team they throw out onto the field. But let's quickly now shift over to the runner-ups, the San Francisco 49ers. And honestly, not even just like hot seat security, like job security pressure is on Kyle Shanahan. More so narrative pressure and kind of just public opinion pressure is on Kyle Shanahan, because he has a trend to just blow leads in the Super Bowl. He was the offensive coordinator when the Falcons did their whole 28-3. He blew back-to-back 10-point leads to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So the Niners need to win something soon. Also, they need to win something soon because of Brock Purdy. He is entering his 3rd season in the league. He is going to be up for an extension at the end of the season. His contract is going to be top QB money, and it's going to completely change how you can build this team. Because right now, he's getting Mr. Irrelevant 7th round pick money. You have so much cap space to build around him at this moment. You need to take advantage of it. And they really have this year and potentially next year to take advantage of it. They draft Ricky Pearsall mainly because of we don't know exactly what's going on with Brandon Ayuk. Assuming Brandon Ayuk stays, Ricky Pearsall is going to be a nice receiving 3 option for them. If Ayuk does get traded, Pearsall is going to come in and be a really nice utility option, receiver 2 option. He's going to be a nice player for them. Just what his role is going to be is going to depend on how they handle Brandon Ayuk. The defense is where they added the majority of pieces. They bring in Leonard Floyd. They bring in Devondre Campbell. Those are the 2 main additions. The defense is still the San Francisco 49ers defense. It is still going to be led primarily by Nick Bosa in the defensive line, Fred Warner in the linebacker room, and Jimmy Ward in the secondary. It is still going to be a very, very good defense. The offense is still going to be a really, really good offense. The key thing is, can they make the most and can they take advantage when the time is most needed in big time games? That's the main thing. We'll see. But they have the team to win it all. We saw it last year how close they got. They need to win it soon, and they need to change that narrative around the team and especially around Kyle Shanahan. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Leave your comments down below on your opinions on the NFC West. We got 2 more divisions to go before preseason rolls around. And when the preseason does roll around, I'll be doing discussions on each preseason week, as well as when the regular season rolls around, I'll be doing live play-by-plays. So if you want, so make sure you don't miss anything, hit the subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. And leave a like. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.